Hello everyone and welcome to a game between Happy and Lynn. This game taking place here on Turtle Rock 1.6. Let's go ahead and speed things up to that 2-minute mark where, well, the action really begins. Is this from TeD Cup? Yes, this is from TeD Cup. This game is highly recommended. Please do not spoil anything for me as we are opening things up. Altar of Darkness going to be training up a Death Knight. Meanwhile, we are going to be having a Blade Master from Lynn. Blade Master grunts as the opening. There's that Voodoo Lounge. I don't see a War Mill as of yet. And I don't even see the second Orc Burrow yet by Lynn, so we could have a very fast tech to Tier 2. Coming back around across Happy's, there is another Ziggurat being placed down. Death Knight now joining in on the battlefield here. Going to go ahead and pick up a Rod of Necromancy, sell that Scroll of Town Portal, and make his way towards this easy creep camp. Sea Turtle Hatchling going to easily get taken down here. These Skeletal Warriors, however, don't have that many hit points, so have to be very careful. Well, who's doing damage to what as the Blade Master now looking to come across here, perhaps get in some quick easy kills, perhaps get some kills on some Skeletos minions, and it looks as though one unit quickly taken down, the other denied there. Blade Master did pick up a Circlet of Nobility, Death Knight, Death Coil onto that, Ghoul. Happy wouldn't let a Ghoul like fall that quickly and early in the game, at least without one Death Coil here. Blade Master still trying to put pressure on this one Ghoul, but without knowing how far along this Ziggurat upgrade is, decides to back up. Blade Master, all that work to get one kill on a skeletal minion. Meanwhile, Death Knight using those Rod of Necromancy charges and now sending out ghouls to the opposite green creep camp. The Death Knight himself can work by himself with that Rod of Necromancy, perhaps put in a little bit of pressure somewhere else as the Death Knight, well, still wandering around here. Tech to Tier 2 is happening quickly on both sides. You can see Lynn already halfway to Tier 2. Meanwhile, Happy a quarter of the way to Tier 2 as the ghouls I thought they were going to reach this location here, and instead the ghouls are backing away, perhaps totally expecting Lynn, this Blade Master, to come across here. Instead, the Death Knight has opted to clear out his opponent's green creep camp, and this is next level, just constant juking by each other. These two players, Happy and Lynn, have gone up against each other so often that they know each other's strategies. And that is why the Death Knight opted to run across here to try and creep this out while bringing the ghouls to try and creep out of this location. By doing exactly that, they're able, we can see Happy is able to clear out some green creep camps and get to level 2 and take a bit of a lead. Now, there are still a lot of ghouls out here on the battlefield, almost an overtraining of ghouls, but then again, Happy is able to leverage these ghouls so well that it doesn't often feel that way, training this many Mass 1 units. Death Coil through the trees for the last hit. Blade Master, however, picks up the Claws of Attack +4. Ghouls trying to do a little bit of a swarm alongside those skeletal minions. Grunts don't really want to get involved in this fight, though, as the skeletal minions and ghouls, because of their mass numbers, are able to easily surround enemy units. All right, Death Knight still able to creep away from all of the action here. Happy saying, no, I'm going to constantly try and disrupt you, as well as the Death Knight comes in to get in a couple of easy attacks there. Blade Master does pick up Gloves of Haste to go alongside that Claws of Attack +4, as Happy now using the skeletal minions to perhaps clear out the remainder of this Forest Troll and Ogre Warrior creep camp. All right, Ghouls now retreating back here. Tech to Tier 3 already underway. Lich now being trained by Happy. Shadow Hunter already out. And Lynn is now teching to Tier 3 as well. Nearly halfway there at the 6-minute mark of this game. So this is a very, very aggressive tech-based game. We're going to be looking at perhaps even a tiny Great Hall off in this position here. One of the great things that you can do as a orc player, by teching very fast, you then have access to that tiny Great Hall, which then in turn can set up an expansion quickly as well. I wouldn't call it a fast expansion, but it does turn into a quick expansion. Coming back across there, remaining Ogre Warriors will get finished off. That Vampiric Aura healing up a little bit here as both sides are trying to clear out creep camps while they can. Lich now out here on the battlefield. I'm assuming that we're trying to pull down the Ogre Magi to be able to place down this Watcher or the Sentry Ward in a more favorable spot. Lich out here on the battlefield, level 3 now on the Death Knight, can get in some very nice heals across all of these units as, well, the players, both sides, opting to begin creeping at the 7 or the 6.5 minute mark of this game. Level 3 Death Knight with Ring of Regeneration and Gauntlets of Ogre Strength +3. Lich will be picking up an Orb of Corruption when this tech to tier 3 is done. The question will be, who is going to be that third hero? A Dark Ranger works out well. Naga Sea Witch, sometimes if you're trying to pick off slow-moving units, Lich will most likely be getting that Frost Armor as that second ability to help protect it from the Blade Master slowing down those attacks. Lich continuing to, well, fire back. Giant Sea Turtle quickly going to get taken down here. And now that Lich could get to level 2 already, what is going to be that ability? Meanwhile, yeah, Frost Armor there. Meanwhile, Death Knight bringing over that Orb of Corruption as the Lich finishes off this Gargantuan Sea Turtle. Now, Turtle Rock games are always interesting because a little bit of the amount of RNG. The 4 Gargantuan Sea Turtles in this map drop powerful consumable items. Potion of Greater Healing, Potion of Greater Mana Potion, Wand of Mana Stealing, Scroll of the Beast. Those are all very powerful items, and Potion of Invulnerability. Those are all powerful items that can be used against your opponent and really turn the tide of those battles. With that said, though, well, a Scroll of the Beast being dropped for a Night Elf who's already at tier 3, not so helpful. Wand of Mana Stealing, sometimes not so helpful either, as we look at the Blade Master, who has picked up a Cloak of Flames and could really just start to dish out more damage. What is going on here? Instead, the Shadow Hunter Blade Master looking to finish off Gargantuan Sea Turtles while a bit of pressure is applied inside of the main base. Lin naturally let his Voodoo Lounge go. Did the Tauren Chieftain pick up a tiny Great Hall? No, he didn't. A new Voodoo Lounge will need to be placed in order to set up an expansion as a Grunt gets taken out. The Shadow Hunter didn't get the healing wave off there, and a giant Sea Turtle finishes off the Grunt. Now, a key point of interest to note, Lin does have Cloak of Flames on the Tauren Chieftain. That Immolation does deal 10 damage a second. If you add it in with, well, we don't even see a Spirit Lodge, so normally we see that type of strategy in addition to Lightning Shield. So Tauren Chieftain, level 2 Stomp plus Lightning Shield plus Cloak of Flames usually equals a whole bunch of dead units. Now, not quite sure if that will be the case here, as the Blade Master is revealed by this. Well, I thought there was a Watcher Ward there. Not quite sure where it went down. Blade Master now trying to pick up some of these items, perhaps steal that Tome of, and picks up a Circle of Nobility, trying to finish off and steal a bit of that experience here. Dark Ranger does get up to level 2, and Lich will get up to level 3. Like, no, 5 experience shy. So that level 3 will just be a bit shy at the start of this next fight here. Blade Master has to be careful. Tauren Chieftain, if it could start the battle invisible, place down a nice stomp, and then use Immolation to rack up more damage, that would be huge here. Blade Master, Lesser Dark Minion being dropped behind. Manual of Health, for some reason, not being picked up. Come on, Blade Master. Someone pick that up. Yeah, there you go. Blade Master picking that up. A little bit more survivability. Blade Master also has an orb of lightning, being able to deal additional purge or additional bonus damage to any of those skeletal minions quickly, as we see 3 obsidian statues already in the back. No Crypt Fiends here. We're going to be looking at an engagement. Shadow Hunter coming back across here. Tauren Chieftain army size is 56 supply compared to 52. Happy's army just seems larger because it is a wider army here, as the Tauren Chieftain trying to line things up. There's a quick silence. Tauren Chieftain quickly uses the Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, followed by a Stomp to rack up more damage here. Are we going to see more damage added in as the Blade Master gets bursted down? No Potion of Healing used in time. Shadow Hunter now trying to retreat back here. Tauren Chieftain may try to line up another attack, as we see there is that. Are we going to see a Stomp here? We should be looking at a Stomp. No, or do we see Silence? Yeah, Silence. So many abilities across the bottom there as the Tauren Chieftain gets taken down easily. Blade Master having a little bit of trouble trying to head back as well. Happy at 60 supply compared to 52 as Lin loses his Tauren Chieftain. Blade Master had fallen, resurrected at the tavern. Shadow Hunter trying to do a little bit more healing. Berserkers are getting absolutely torn apart here as mass ghouls are just clawing their way and surrounding Lin's units, cutting off any routes of escape while saving his own ghouls again and again. It looks as though another grunt going to get taken down. There it goes. A Blade Master finally finishing off a low hit point ghoul there, as the Lich unable to get any more damage. A couple of ghouls are getting chomped on as well, trying to finish off some of these units. Low hit point Kodo Beasts gonna get healed back up once more. Obsidian statues are constantly healing up these units as well, and well, because of the ghouls' relatively low hit points, they go from red to green back to red fairly fast. Frost Armor trying to protect some of those low hit point units. There goes a Death Coil onto a grunt, finishing it off there, and now looking to retreat back again. Lin sitting at 44 supply. And Tauren Chieftain back out on the battlefield. He needs some clarity potions in order to get back up a decent amount of mana. The Dark Ranger's Silence, forcing that earlier Scroll of Town Portal, or excuse me, that earlier Potion of Invulnerability to be used to get that stun off, was key, as that ended up translating into the Tauren Chieftain not having that item later on. All right, who picked up the item? That is the question now, and it looks like though the Blade Master picked up the Potion of Greater Healing off of this Gargantuan Sea Turtle creep camp. All right, Blade Master does have plus 13 attack even before Kodo Beast bonus damage, as the Blade Master tries to tries to figure out if he can burst down a Lich. Lich quickly applies Frost Armor, quickly reducing the damage here. Ghoul is now trying to engage here as the Tauren Chieftain does throw down a Stomp. The damage is not going to be racking up that high. Death Coil onto the Lich to try and keep it alive, as the Tauren Chieftain may throw down another Stomp here in just a second. All right, trying to get another Stomp, does get another Stomp, trying to back away though, as units are falling. Blade Master now trying to retreat back again, as the Shadow Hunter is still in that frontline spot. Tauren Chieftain still has a decent amount of mana. Will it be able to throw down another Stomp here in just a second? No, he will not. But the Kodo Beast are retreating back with something in its belly. That's going to be the big difference there, trying to retreat back with units in the belly, trying to get any supply swing that you can, as we see a healing wave bouncing around, saving a low hit point Raider. Tauren Chieftain could get back into position here. Are we going to see another Stomp? Obsidian statues pretty much in position here. There's a surround, there's a Stomp, there's a ghoul breakout, there's a healing wave, as the ghouls are absolutely getting, well, mowed over pretty easily here, as we see a low hit point Obsidian statue in the back. All right, Tauren Chieftain can just walk up to it and attack it, as he gets angry at that little slap by that Obsidian statue. Meanwhile, Blade Master trying to fall back here. 44 supply compared to 47, going back every which way. The Berserkers now actually in frenzy mode, as the Tauren Chieftain has only 2 armor, negating the Orb of Corruption with a Ring of Protection +4. Healing Wave gonna go ahead and heal back up a Kodo Beast. It's gonna try and retreat back out. No such luck though, as one more attack is all that is needed. All right, this Kodo Beast is going to be able to finish digesting that ghoul. Yes, it does, but it does not look like it will be able to retreat back out again. Gonna get surrounded, mass surround, and now Happy taking a commanding 49 to 36 supply lead. Level 4, level 2 on Lin's heroes, going up against 4-3-3. But I do believe if the Tauren Chieftain can get to level 3, it will greatly change the overall trajectory of this game. Those stuns last just a little bit longer on the from the Tauren Chieftain's stomp. And because of that longer duration, suddenly that Cloak of Flames also deals a little bit more damage as well. And adding all of that, all of those small things together, well, it does have a dramatic impact on the game overall. 49 supply compared to 47, but Happy does have an upgrade advantage, 2-1 upgrades on his units, and has a little bit more gold in the bank. Still major creep camps available on the map, but they are really heavily in favor of the undead side. Going to go after this red creep camp off to the north here. The Forest Troll Warlord was already removed. Dark Ranger sitting at level 3, Lich sitting at level 4. No level ups here, just getting the last couple of items perhaps, as the Blade Master trying to perhaps get this Gargantuan Sea Turtle creep camp. Alright, I did not expect this at all from Lin. If Lin gets this creep camp, that is going to be a pretty big change overall, as you can see Purge going down onto the Gargantuan Sea Turtle, preventing that Gargantuan Sea Turtle from easily retreating back. A Stomp was also used there. There is another Ring of Protection, now plus 11 or plus 9 armor to a total of 11. Tome of Intelligence quickly picked up there. And, well, there goes one of the last major creep camps. We are looking at this one, which was untouched, and this one, which has now been cleared out. 46 supply compared to 55. Happy now finally breaking into low upkeep again, as the Blade Master going to get some easy kill on these dark minions. I believe that was a critical strike. One more shot there. Going to go ahead and take it down. Tauren Chieftain just shy of level 3 there, and that is going to be a big difference overall. He really needs that level 3 level 3s for that level 2 stomp. That additional armor will help him stay alive in that frontline spot until he builds up more hit points, though, especially with that Orb of Corruption, it being able to chip away at so much of that armor. Tauren Totem joining in on the fight here. Interesting call, adding in a Tauren Totem. Spirit Walkers could have some Spirit Link, but with the number of Obsidian statues that Happy has, I believe that Devour Magic is just going to be on the table. And adding to that, we see a couple of Banshees out on the battlefield, so they're going to be able, if they get upgraded, are going to have access to Possession as well. Instead, we're just going to be looking at Anti-Magic Shell, I believe, to try and mitigate some of that Tauren Chieftain Stomp's damage. All right. Tauren Chieftain trying to line things up. How are things going to go here? Are we going to see a quick hex to try and catch a unit? There goes an ensnare on that initial ghoul. 2-2 upgrades compared to 1-0. And this could be the fight here. There goes a quick bit of damage. Are we going to see that one low hit point ghoul? No, Frost Nova Death Coil taking down a Berserker. 450 hit points just gone in an instant as the Tauren Chieftain wants to throw down a stomp. Blade Master gets... Blade Master does not get the kill on that unit, as we see a Dark Ritual used by the Lich at the last possible moment. More attacks going across here. That Berserker down to 211 hit points. Death Knight may airmail another Death Coil, and that is why the undead heroes are just so powerful. 300 hit point Death Coil. 200 hit point Frost Nova, Obsidian statues to make sure you can do it for days if you are constantly trying to hit and run. 58 supply compared to 60. These Berserkers just simply don't have enough hit points to try and be able to withstand this constant pressure from the Death Knight and this Lich. All right. Tauren Chieftain has been shy of level 3 for about the past 4 minutes, it feels like, and really needs to find a way to open things up here. All right. I don't know if Happy realized how close that Tauren Chieftain was. Another burst down again. And I think Happy is just saying pretty much, I can do this for days. I can efficiently trade against you for days. You need to figure out a way to get in a good fight here. All right, Raider, Ghoul, Torn Chieftain all up to level 3. Are we going to see some more Cloak of Flames stomp action coming on in? Are we going to? That is going to be the question. Is it going to be enough to mitigate some damage here as we see another stomp go down? Destroyer now up in the air as we see the stomp not hitting down all of those ghouls here. Berserkers are in the backfield trying to stay alive. There goes another stomp again. Potion of mana on that Torn Chieftain. Meanwhile, Blade Master is trying to dive on in. A lot of the army of Happy is getting taken out. Now 48 supply compared to 53 as the Torn Chieftain is finding ways to make things happen. All right, that Torn Chieftain sitting at level 3 did make an overall difference, but the Blade Master now needs to figure out what to do here. Trying to burst down that Lich. Lich gets taken down. Death Knight unable to get the Death Coil off. Dark Ranger gets up to level 4 as we're looking at the Kodo Beast trying to retreat back out again. A couple of low hit point ghouls could get taken down as well, and 36 supply compared to 53. A beautiful, beautiful engagement by Lin. Happy was trying to force a mistake from Lin, but no, Lin just would not allow it. However, Lin is now in trouble as he does not have a base up and operational. During this time, Happy was able to haunt this gold mine in this front spot and knows that, knows that if he could somehow just contain his opponent, that would be enough. Fighting on a Blight is a little bit of a risky proposition. Torn Chieftain now trying to make his way over. Are we going to see a little bit of damage? Blade Master trying to go after against all these units. Are we going to see a stomp here? Torn Chieftain is currently silenced, unable to say anything, put his foot down against this undead army. All right, I might start calling the Dark Ranger a mom, as only the mom can prevent the dad from putting his foot down. Anyways, Obsidian Statue coming back against here. Going to go ahead and try and finish off some of these units. But the curses from the Blade Master, so many misses there, finally gets up to level 5 as the Destroyers are trying to go after the Shadow Hunter. There goes a healing wave, finally bounces back the other way as the Scroll of Speed utilized in time. Kodo Beast going to get taken down. 37 supply compared to 41. Happy has somehow flipped the supply disadvantage as now the Torn Chieftain is at 4. Blade Master trying to burst down that Death Knight, but the curse on that Blade Master finally broken, and perhaps we'll see this Lich now get into a little bit of trouble. Death Coil does find the target here. Shadow Hunter trying to figure out what he can do, trying to stay close enough to the action to offer help, but not, end up falling at all. 288 critical strike here. Blade Master is going to try to land another attack here, perhaps go down onto some of those units. No ensnare. Raider going to get taken out, now bringing up another Dark Minion. Torn Chieftain unable to put his foot down at all. Long distance mining by Lin, and Happy currently just mining fairly freely as the Kodo Beast does need to retreat back. Shadow Hunter going to be in a little bit of trouble, down to 358 hit points after the healing wave as we're looking at some Dust of Appearance trying to catch the Blade Master. Shadow Hunter gets up to level 5, but currently low on mana as both sides are fighting their way through. Blade Master uses a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, I believe, in time to stop the incoming Death Coil as the units are retreating back again. Death Coil, however, does find the Blade Master the following time, but he regenerated enough hit points again. Peons now walking into the fray to try and do a little bit of long distance mining. Kodo Beast going to get cleaned up, and it will be 31 supply compared to 30 here in just, 35 supply compared to 29 here in just a second as the Death Knight continues to clean up all of these units. All right, with the Expo up by Happy, I don't believe Lin has a real fighting opportunity at all, especially as the Lich is getting closer to level 5. A big shakedown needs to happen. The Blade Master is going to be able to do anything here. There goes an ensnare, trying to burst. There's a stomp onto the Death Knight, but is it going to be enough? I don't believe so. Shadow Hunter already trying to retreat back. Death Knight now trying to slip back through the other side. Are we going to see a Hex here? No Hex there. There's more damage onto that Death Knight. The Death Knight just playing run around as much as he can as the Shadow Hunter trying to get into position. There is a stomp there, trying to go. There's a healing wave, but is that Death Knight going to fall down to 333 hit points? Shadow Hunter trying to get into harm's way to block out that Death Knight, but instead ends up falling himself, getting Happy the win. All right, the final 5 minutes of that match going back and forth for quite a bit. Happy able to try and contain Lin inside his base by slowly picking off units with Death Coil Frost Nova. Lin, however, found a perfect opportunity to break out of that containment, and it looked like Lin was going to be able to take that momentum lead away from the game. But don't count Happy out of any game, as Happy during that time had haunted a gold mine and was able to start mining and took the economic advantage away from Lin. Once Lin was forced to just do long distance mining and Happy was able to fight on Blight for a slightly better regeneration, Happy, typical Happy with his spot on micro, able to pull away with the victory. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.